Welcome to the stream. Yeah? Yes, we are live. Oh my gosh, bro. Okay, so let's see. So yeah, last thing, if you don't remember, was we're working on something like the fish moving around and stuff. Basically, I was working on the drawing system where you can draw with this little dot. And actually, I was working on it off stream a little bit, just a little bit. And so basically, now when you draw the line, you can see it fades out a little bit. And then when you finish it, you can see it makes that whole entire guideline. And basically with that, it gives the whole point, the major points. And it can use those to figure out what pattern you drew. Like this, boom, boom, boom. You can see each dot, each corner. It doesn't work with circles, which is why I'm not actually going to have circle patterns for like the fishing system. So there's going to be a lot of like more like stuff like this. And so when you draw the correct pattern, the line will turn green or something like that to signify you got it right. And then the fish will start following your little mouse, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's kind of what's cooking right now. Yeah, we just got it to finish. And basically with the cod, the pattern is going to be like this, I think. So it's up. Actually, no, let's see. It'd be like this. Maybe that's too simple, actually. Maybe like this. Cool Obama, hi. Hello, welcome to the stream. Where I'm just showing some of the stuff I was working on off stream. So basically, you can see there's these little lines that appear when I finish drawing the pattern. And basically, that just shows the specific pattern. And so with that, I can actually tell what the player is drawing. And then I'll be able to know what to do from there. Yeah. So that's what we're working on. So you can see I got a little bit of a to-do right here. This is kind of the stuff that I'm going to go for during this stream. So print all angles on process nodes. Actually, I'm already doing that, I believe. Yeah, I'm doing it right here. So let's actually remove the comment. And let's see. So for all fish within the system, let's see. Compare process nodes with the stored pattern. So basically when I said that, let's go to the fish real quick. Fish, cod, values. I'm storing the pattern of angles within this folder basically. And so what that means is basically, let's say I wanted to draw a pattern like this. This line angle would be like be 90 degrees about, and then going up would be negative 90 degrees, and then to the left would be 180. So here, it's probably best if I do it on a paint so I can actually remember. So what I'm talking about is, let's say if I want the cod pattern to be like maybe up arrow, down arrow, up arrow, and then to the right arrow, and we have a circle like this. This is actually 0 degrees. This is I think it's a positive 90. This is negative 90. This is negative 180 or 180. And so if I want to figure out what pattern to draw, I would have to go, so it'd be up to this direction. It'd be around, let's say, negative 45, I would say. So that's the first angle. The next one would be down for this one, and that would be 45. The next one would be up again, and this one might be straight up, so it would be negative 90, let's say. And then to go backwards, that would be 180. So it'd be 180 for the final angle. So it's negative 45, 45, negative 90, 180. So now let's go ahead and delete the fifth angle because we won't need that. And let's start typing in the angles. So, oops, didn't mean to delete that. So it would be negative 45, 45, negative 90, and then 180. And for the 180, it doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. Let's see. So there we go. That should work by itself. Let's see. All we have to do now is basically figure out. Actually, let's turn back on the prints real quick. And then let's draw this. So that's yeah, negative 90, negative 70, I mean. And this is basically top is negative 90. So yeah. So if I were to draw it like this. Did I? Oh, it's up. Whoops. This. That's about what I said it would be. Yeah, so negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. Yeah, last one doesn't really matter if it's positive or negative. Okay, so now we know that we got it. All we're gonna have to do is, let's see, for all fish within the fish system, compare process dots with stored patterns. So all we're gonna have to do here is, let's see, for fish and fish, this is probably where we're gonna be checking. I'm gonna set up a comment right here. So this is where we check for the fish. Looks sick. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, yeah, we're just working on the pattern system at the moment. So let's see, for fish in the folder, angle, and so yeah, this angle value is these 4 different angles, and we're iterating through this in the get children. So now we got the angle, we know the angle, and now we're gonna check to see if it is similar to the pattern. And we're actually giving ourselves the process dots. This is a table of the dots. Let's see. So we might be able to go like this, J. Let's see if this works actually. So print, and let's actually comment this out real quick. And let's see if this works. We should be able to print. Okay, yeah, we can see each dot. So each dot is it's actually a point. It's a vector 2 actually. So there's no actually angles. So they're not storing angles actually. I didn't think about that. Whoops. But that's fine though, because what we can do is get the angles for each line. I think I had a function I was gonna write earlier, somewhere around here. Let's see. Whoops. Okay, I'll have to write a new oh no, get dot angle. So yeah, dot. Okay. I feel like it'd be better to store. So when I'm storing the dots, it's right here. But I can't really store angle. Okay, so I'll have to figure out the angles once I process everything. So let's see, where would that be? Process, I think it's right here, process dots, and then we're gonna get the angles, local angles equals get dot angles, and then we're gonna ask the process dots, and then we're gonna have to make a new function for this, and let's just throw that right here, and we can call it a local function get dot angles, and then processed dots. And actually for this one we're also going to pass angles as well. And then right here we're going to pass angles. And basically this is just the new table that we're going to be creating right here. So local angles equals new table. And from here we're going to add all the angles. So we're going to have to iterate through each of the process dots, and we're going to find the, let's see, I set up I think it's this one actually. So yeah, I can probably copy this over. So for dot inside the process dots, dots with a no s, okay. And then if it's a previous dot, then dot equals dot, continue end. And this is just to make sure that the first dot won't like be checking with a nil value, which would be, okay, actually I need the previous previous dot equals nil. If you just set it like that, it should also, and that should be a vector 2. Let's see, print dot get dot angle. We don't need to print the angle. And so all of our logic is going to go right here actually, just because this is kind of when we're setting the previous dot, so we have to do it before that. So let's see, what are we going to say? We're going to get the angle, which we have a function right here, get dot angle. So table dot insert angles, and then we're going to insert the angle of get dot angle, and we're going to do previous dot to new dot, so it'd be dot dot dot, and then return angles, and that should work. So now we got the get dot angles, we got the angles, we're passing it to pattern recognition. So now we got the angles, now we can use that angle dot value. Let's see, what was I gonna do? That's right, so we got the angles. So instead of doing this, we can do print angle val. And this should print out every single angle. 1 is not a valid member. Not a valid member of number value. Not a valid member of number. Oh, whoops. That was supposed to be angles. There we go. Perfect. It's working. It's working. So, let's see. So if I do it like this, 70, 70, 80. Yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. And so now what we're going to have to do is we're going to set up the pattern recognition with, what is it called? With some leeway so that it doesn't have to be exactly the pattern number. So let's say if, angle, and actually, yeah, if angle, which is going to be the angle from the fish, is, within bounds, within close enough to so okay, local target angle equals, and this is a what is it called, a number equals this, and then this is also a number dang, oh my gosh, there we go. So we got both of the angles, and we're just going to compare them and see if they're within maybe like 30 degrees. And if they're within 30 degrees, it means it is a correct line, and we can use it as the it's within the pattern basically. So what I'm trying to say is, if I were to draw it out right here, it's kind of like this. So let's say we got a line like this, and then we drew an angle that was like this. So technically this one is more steep, right? This one is more steep than this one, but if we have a circle like this, it would be like whoops, it'd be like this versus this. But what I'm trying to do right here is, if this line is within, let's say like around here, then it will still be accepted, even though it's like not exactly this angle and it's over here instead. So that's what we're gonna do right here. So let's see, and how would I do that actually? I think it's a waste of time for me to think about this. ChatGPT, help me out here. Got two angles. How to check if they are within 30 deg of each other. And this is just because I don't really want to think about it right now. Difference, da 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 da. Oh, I don't think this is right actually, because the angle is in number negative 180 to 0 and 180 to 0. Let's see if this works. Let's go ahead and do this, and we're gonna print diff. Print diff, and we'll see if it's working from here. So boom, 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 boom. I don't think it printed diff. Let's see. So diff equals diff. I wonder if it was print. Okay, it was printing diff. Well, that is not right. That is not right. Yeah, that is not even close. I'm gonna probably have to write my own code. Yeah, I don't think it knew what I was trying to do. So actually, let's see. Is smaller than or equal to 30. Yeah, that was not right. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna actually remove all this. I know we're gonna have to do the math absolute, so we can keep that. But let's see. Angle. Let's think about it, I guess. So let's go ahead, fill. And if we have the angle, let's say it's 50 and the target is 60. So how would we get the difference? So it'd probably be a target minus the actual value, and that would be like what, 10. And then if we had the target was like 40 and the actual was that, it would equal -10. That's why we're gonna have to do the absolute value, so we get the +10. But then actually the problem is where I would have just done it like that, but the problem is the angles actually go to like 180 as well, of course. So instead, what are we gonna do here? We're gonna do, let's say, so let's say our value was -180 and the actual value was 180. So technically these are the same position, but numerically, if you minus them, it would be negative like 360. I'm not Pirate Software, I can't do this stuff. Yeah, you get the point though. Okay, so we can't do it like that because, what is it called? Yeah, it's just make it even bigger. So I think what we do here is we get the absolute value of both. No. Okay, let's say we have the circle, right? And so this is negative like 100. And this is like 100 as well, let's say. And so the difference between these numbers should be about 60 or 80. So it should be about 160 of a angle difference. But it's not. Because this is weird. Oh, I should have thought of this off stream. This is annoying. You know what? I could just add 180 to both values. That way it's within 0 to 360. And then I wouldn't have to think about that stuff at all. And that's actually probably what I'm going to do too. Because this is, yeah. Yeah, that way it's just all in the positives. And that way we can just do the target value, target angle minus angle. And then the problem here, of course, is also I don't think that's right actually. If it's a negative, okay, let's think about it this way actually. If we did it like that, technically I don't think that's what we're going for, because it would convert yeah, because the negatives are inverted. Yeah, the negatives are going this way while the positives are going this way. And so I think actually we would want the negative values. If it's negative, then it should become minus 180, something like that. No, wait, what? Oh man. There's probably someone who's had this problem before. Circle 180, negative 180. How to get angle between. I don't think this is what I was going for. If the delta is more than 180, we do 360 minus delta. Let's try that. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna minus. Let's see if this works actually. Let's see what this prints actually. Let's see what it prints. So this should be. Yeah, that's a huge difference. That's a huge difference. So I'm wondering if I do it like this. Oh, and that's because I didn't draw enough lines. We can also fix that. If not target angle, then continue. Then break end. Yeah, and that way, let's see. If we just do 2 lines, then yeah, it won't break the whole system. Okay, so the difference is so big. Yeah, I really don't like doing manual math. This stuff is man. I wonder if this will work. Let's see if this works at least. Let's see. The angles are off by so much. Am I printing the wrong? No, I'm printing in the right thing. It's just off by a ton. Are the angles here correct? It's probably because these angles are in the negatives. But even then, this 180... Let's just do math.abs angle minus target angle minus angle. And then with that, if we do a one like this, it's still so far off. Why does it think that the last one 180 should be this way? 40 for that one. But then when I do this, it's 130. Maybe I'm messing up the angles. Let's see. So print target angle equals, and then target angle, print actual angle angle, and let's see what this looks like. Whoa, why is the target angle so off? Maybe it's because I'm doing the 180 stuff. If I remove this... Yeah, maybe it's because I was adding 180. Even when I do that, the difference is so big. So, why is the target angle not the target angle? The target angle... No, the target angle... Oh, I have the names... The angles named wrong. This should be target angle. That's gonna mess up a lot of stuff. Whoops. And this is the actual angle. If not angle, then... Okay, that should have fixed a lot of stuff, actually. Yeah, I had the variables named wrong. Target angle 45. Actual angle 150. Target angle 45. I'm wondering, is it not going in the... So I think it's actually not running the angles in the right direction pattern. So yeah, it's probably because I'm just doing get children. I need to sort the children actually. So local, let's say angles equals pattern get children, and then we're gonna have to sort it actually. And actually, I might already have a table called angles, so we're gonna have to call it fish angles. And then we'll just do it here. And then table.sort fish angles. I wonder, does it actually even need a comparison modulator? Yeah, it does. Okay. And then we can just return a function right here. And then basically it's going to take a vector to, or no, these are actually angles. So it's going to be number value, b number value, and then return a dot name minus, and I don't think you can actually minus strings though, is the thing. But if I set this to, instead of angle, and I just set it to like 1, 2, 3, and then 4, just in its order basically, what we can do is a dot name, whoops, and then we can do string dot, or to number, a minus to number b dot name. And just to make sure it's working, what we can do is print fish angles, and we can see if it's invalid order function for sorting. Let's see what we're doing wrong here. Oh, whoops, that's why. Wrong operator. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Let's see. Difference. Okay, I think it's working now. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. Okay, so you can see the difference is not that far off now. 45, 45, up. So yeah, all my actual differences were pretty close to each other this time. And that means that it's going in the right order and it's getting the correct stuff. The only problem, of course, is that when I go above, the difference is huge. Above 360, actually. And actually, what I just thought of is actually, when it's above 360, if diff is bigger than bigger than 180, actually, then yeah, this might actually work. And actually what we're gonna have to do here, math, I don't think you actually do need to do math.abs on this, just because it's gonna be always lower than 360. But yes, did I fix it? I think I did it. I think I did it. Yeah. Nice, 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 nice. That is exactly what we needed. That is exactly what we needed. Okay, perfect. So we can remove all the prints now. We know everything is working. And now that we got this out of the way, we can actually do this as a one-liner just because it's a simple old if it's bigger than, just loop it back. And all we got to do is basically add it to the table. Or are we adding to table right now? No, basically if it gets to the end of the array, then it means that it matched and we can send to the fish events, change lure. And also from here, change lure. Okay, we already have a added to lure amount by. And we can actually, oops, put this over here. Dot lure amount And basically lure amount is going to be the level of the fishing rod. But for now we don't have to worry about that. We can just set like maybe to like 5 or something. So let's see. If diff is bigger than or is smaller than, let's say, bigger than 30, then break end. And then there's just another guard clause basically. And here, this means that we've got through all the guard clause, meaning it's a normal fish. What we can do here is we can just go ahead and... Okay, actually, hang on. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Alright, let's see. So, what was I gonna do here? Okay, so that means it's a right fish if J is equal to hashtag, let's see, pound sign, the angles. That means that we're at the end of the table, and we can say fish found. Yeah, we can. Dang, he already knew to send an event, but it's not the right event. We're gonna do fish folder. We can actually say, actually, yeah, we can do that print, but we also want to do print now let's say fish.events.changeler, and we're gonna fire, and let's set it to 5. That's what I was saying. Okay. And now if I draw a random angle, it's not going to do the fish found. Okay, so the problem here is that it's still adding because it's going by the angles table, but I should actually be going by pattern. No, fish angles. It doesn't really matter technically, but we'll just do it by fish angles. And now if we do it like this, where it's like a unfinished pattern, it won't do it. Nice. And so now we're adding to the fish lure value. And you can see the more we do the right pattern, the fish is going to follow us even faster. So you can see the fish loves the lure right now. And if I do it even more, the lure is set to 1. This would be where you would actually catch the fish. But yeah, the fish is obviously not being caught at the moment. Oh, you can go above 1. Technically, you shouldn't be able to go above 1, but I guess you can technically. Here, I thought I clamped it. Yeah, I did. Oh, that's why. Equals lure amount plus, there we go, and that's just gonna clamp it to 1 once it hits max. If we draw the right pattern multiple times. Whoops, did I draw it wrong at that time? There we go, 9.9999. Set it to 1, nice, and this is where you'd catch the fish. Okay, let's see. So we got that to work. Now all we have to do is let's see. And this is gonna run for all the fish technically. And so if I had multiple fish, let's say I had 2 cods, but this one's pattern was actually different. So let's say this one's pattern was, instead of this, it was let's see, let's go ahead and draw another pattern. So it'd be like a this, and And so what would that be? So that would be about maybe like negative 20. No, that'd be positive 20. 20. 170. And so that's that. And then straight down, that would be about 90. And then straight across, that would be 0. 20, 170, 90, 0. 20, 170, 90, 0. There we go. And let's see if drawing that pattern will get that fish to be caught. So you can see there's 2 fish at the moment. They really don't care about my lure. But once I draw this one, it's gonna... This fish, whichever... Oh, it's this fish. This fish is gonna go more towards my fishing rod. But if I draw this one... Whoops. I put 1 extra dot. Yeah, you can see it's actually getting the other fish. Oops. Yeah, it's working. And if I draw this pattern, the other fish is going to go for it. And actually how I might do it is if you do the wrong pattern, the other fish are not going to want the lure. So basically, if we go over here, if not, when we break, it's going to go, let's see. We already got the fish, technically, and so if we break, that would mean, let's see, local added, boolean equals false, and then we can set added true here. If not added, then, and that means that we didn't add to the lure, we're going to remove from the lure. Fish.events.change lure fire -5. And that's just going to remove from the other lure. I'm wondering if it's working actually. By that, add it to the lure by 0. I think it's working. Oh. What's going on with that? And then if I draw this pattern, it starts removing from the other one and it's adding to the other. And then if you draw a completely wrong pattern, then it's just going to remove from both of the fish. Whoops, like that. Whoops. Yeah, you kind of got to be pretty intentful with your drawings. Okay, it's working though. It's working though. That's good. And let's see. Let's see. So we know it's working. Seems like everything is, at least. What are we gonna do here now? I can add more to the visual later on, but for now, what we're gonna actually do is, yeah, the hook fish system. And so let's see, lure amount, math.clamp, and we actually don't need this, and it's also printing inaccurate added to lure amount by, which is not the amount that it's adding to by. That's fine though. Okay. If lure amount is bigger than or equal to 1, then hook fish. We might put a little bit of a wait time on it. Print fish caught. Now let's remove some of these other comments so that we have less things to worry about. There we go. Yeah, we only got one print statement in here. Print. We don't need that. Fish found. We don't need that either. Okay. Fish caught, fish caught, fish caught. Okay. So we know now that it's working, and oh shoot, I just realized. Yeah, we had two types of fish. Yeah, so the scripts are actually different in both of the fish, which sometimes you gotta remember that sort of thing. So yeah, that's why we're still getting a bunch of those prints that we removed. There we go. And if we draw like this, then it removes some of the fish. Yo, is this fish even interested? Wait, what type of pattern was this fish? Did I delete the wrong type of fish? Negative 45, 45, 90, 180. So yeah, this should have been the fish that likes this pattern. I wonder if I was drawing it wrong that whole time. Yo, fish. Yeah, the fish is not trying to pull up. Am I drawing it wrong? Here, let me back add the print. Where was it? If amount is bigger than 0, then else print removed from where print add. Okay, there we go. Now we can tell if we're getting the pattern correct. Oh, am I drawing the wrong pattern? No, it was 45, negative 45, up. Maybe I was just drawing the angles wrong. Yeah, I think it was because I was doing the wrong angles. Whoops. There we go, and now we caught the fish. And so with the fish caught, what would we do there? We would, let's see. And actually, we might want to remove the test out weight, and we can put the hook fish here. Fish caught attacks the bait. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set up a what is it called? Event here. Bindable event, and we're gonna call it caught. And then inside the fishing system, if caught, then we're gonna freeze the mouse. If caught, and then we're actually gonna have to set up a, what is it called? Variable for it. Caught bindable event equals system.events.caught. There we go. Let's go ahead and tab over everything so it's easier to look at. System, we can keep it down here. Okay. And we're probably gonna want the events all by themselves down here. There we go. All right. Maybe tab over some of the services as well. Okay. So So we got the caught event on caught event. So let's see, which ones have we done here? Print this, yeah, we've done that. Add, remove to lure value. Okay, the better the pattern, the rod stats, the increased lure rate. At the moment, we don't even have the rod stat stuff, so we're just gonna have to ignore all this. And then we're just gonna, let's just do this for ignores. Once lure hits 1, we'll transfer it to reeling game mode. That's actually what we're doing right now. Refer to iPad design for lure system. Yeah, so I did a little bit of planning out on my iPad. So I'm gonna have to go back to that and figure out what I was thinking. But I do have a general idea of what I was doing, so I can probably do a lot of this stuff here. So what we're also gonna have to do is set up a where is it? Fish lure local caught bindable event equals fish.parent.events.caught. And with these ones to that on init. Oh yeah, actually we had it right here. Whoops. So yeah, we're actually gonna copy some of the code from over here. Where is it? Right here. We can actually copy and just put it right here. In fact, we might actually want to do that with the lure as well. Yeah, we're gonna do it like this. There we go, and remove this instance. That way, all we have to do is change this, and then we got it good to go. And we're gonna be setting all this, so all this whole code, a lot of it at least doesn't really matter, but the system is gonna be in a bindable event, and we're gonna have a bindable event for initializing. Bindable init or setup, something like that. I forgot what I usually write for those sort of things, but I think setup should work. Let's see. Previous dot. Let's see. Maybe I'll play some of my unreleased random stuff. Yeah, there was a bunch of stuff over here that I was thinking about releasing. Oh, it's kind of loud though. Hello, testing. Yeah, that should be good. It's kind of loud for me though. There we go. All right, let's keep cooking. Previous dot equals frame. What was I doing? What was I doing? Sorry, change. Caught, I mean. On caught event. So we're gonna set up a new function right maybe above all this stuff. Caught dot event connect function, and then we're gonna set up like this. There we go. We got the caught event on caught event. Let's see. Print transferring to second mini game, and the second mini game is going to be the reeling mini game. Let's see. Let's see if that actually works. So we draw the patterns. Kind of like this. And once we draw the fish is caught. It's not setting the event to create the minigame though, so we're gonna have to set up a new cook fish caught fire. There we go. And we're actually gonna send the let's see. We're gonna send the fish type as well. Let's just send fish, and that's just gonna be a reference to itself. Fish frame. And we might be able to use that later on, just in case we need it. Transferring to second minigame, and let's see actually if this is working. This should work actually. And I'm gonna set the fishing rod's power to higher. Let's look for 5. I set the power to 5. I think it's in here actually. Yeah, let's set it to, oh, not that. Yeah, let's set it to 20. And this is the fishing rod's power. Okay, let's draw one, adding to lure. Fish caught, transferring to second minigame. And so once we transfer to the second minigame, we're gonna have to basically stop a lot of this code. So at least for the dots, we're gonna ignore the mouse pause. And then actually let's set up a variable called local bean caught boolean equals false. And let's see, we can set bin caught to if bin caught then, and we're gonna set bin caught equals true here. And so if we've caught a fish, basically all we're gonna do is we're gonna set the lures. We're gonna actually, we could probably save the mouse position. And we can save it as a variable up here, mouse position. Mouse position equals that. And if being caught, else, then we set the mouse position here. And we're also gonna do this. If not mouse pause, and pause equals vector new 0. And this is just the guard pause basically. Let's see. Yo, hello, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. So basically what I'm working on is just a fishing system where you gotta draw a pattern, and when you draw to the pattern, the correct pattern at least, it's gonna make the fish kind of come towards your mouse. And if you draw the correct pattern enough, then the fish is caught, and you can see the mouse stops moving. That's kind of what I was going for. And so yeah, let's see. Is this? Yeah, okay. But yeah, that's kind of what's up right now. So yeah, mouse. If not mouse pause, then mouse pause equals vector 2. Vector 2.0. Yep. Let's see. Bin caught. Kind of forgot what I was doing. Actually, let me go to my to-do. I think I've had enough of coding for now. What was I gonna do? To-do. Let's see what I can work on right now. So, we've actually finished the oak rod fishing rod. Its model at least. Glitter sound effects. Let's do sound effects actually. So yeah, for sound effects I'm probably gonna turn off my audio for like my music and stuff. So let's go ahead and close music and everything. We can close this, and then we're gonna open up FL Studio, and we're gonna create a new sound effect basically. It's gonna be like a little glittery sound effect. It's gonna be interesting. This is the process to make my sound effects at least. So let's see. I go to my table, my list and stuff. I got a bunch of custom stuff. Yeah, I don't think any of these would work for a sound effect for collecting items. We need something more happy, like da-da-ding or something. We might be able to put a crusher on this actually, so let's go ahead and throw... I wonder if I could... glass? We might be able to use this actually, so we're gonna throw this in. And let's put some effects on it real quick. So, real quick, let's route that to this channel. And let's see, we're gonna add reverb. We always gotta add that reverb, of course, and that's just gonna make it kind of like a echoey. Increase the size, speed, damp bass. Let's just boost a lot of this stuff. And we're gonna have to add to that a high end, so we're gonna add a EQ. Maybe we'll cut off the low end actually. Let's see, and then we can put on Camel Crush. Do I still have that? Yeah, I do. See if what this looks like. Maybe the echo is a bit too much. I can actually automate the echo, so let's go ahead and do that. Create automation clip. Let's zoom in a bit. So we're gonna introduce it and then we're gonna take it away. Kind of like that. Okay, that works. And let's actually fade out the audio as well. Doesn't really sound like we're like getting items though is the thing. It's not like very happy. So we can add a harm. Let's see. Where's the vocodex? There it is. I wonder if I have any good ones. This sounds kind of interesting. This is too harsh, I think. So we're gonna let's first off soft clipper. Add a little bit of bit crush maybe. Maybe less width. And let's actually pitch this whole thing up. Maybe set it to Stretch Pro, increase the format. I'm wondering, let's see, what does it sound like? I think it's a bit too harsh on this beginning. We can actually automate it to final value. Let's see, M-auto pitch. Oh, wrong one. Whoops. Let's delete that. Actually, let's see how it sounds. And let's do C. Yeah, I can't really see a difference, so let's just kind of ignore that. And then I think Yeah, the vocodex is a bit too much. But what we can do here is we can add OTT. This usually sounds pretty nice. And then, what is it? Inner pitch 2, there we go, that's what I was looking for. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that sounds like a good item collecting sound effects or something like that. So what we're going to do is create a automation clip. Where is it? Create an automation clip, there we go. And we're going to kind of pitch it up from 0.5 to 0.5. And we might be able to layer it with the bass as well. I wonder if... Nah, that's a bit too much. Yes, I think... Yeah, we can pitch up a little bit like that, kind of like something like that, and let's actually set it to stretch so it doesn't change. I think that's still a bit too loud. There we go. And then once I finish this, I can actually use it in some of my songs as well. Create automation clip on this. So we'll set it from like here to like here. I wonder if the bass is too much. I think the bass is a bit too much. Yeah, I'm gonna mute it actually. And yeah, I don't think I need reverb at all actually. Let's see, if I don't need reverb, I don't need this. Let's see. I wonder if I can... Maybe I want to speed it up a little. I think it's a bit too slow. So I think if I... and let me maybe reintroduce the bass real quick. I think, yeah, maybe no bass actually. That might sound... Oh, this thing is way too long though. Okay, so let's go like this. Turn it down. And then... Yeah, that's a bit too much. Actually, you know what? I think I'm fine with that actually. Yeah, that sounds like an interesting adding item sound effect. And then basically what we're gonna have to do now is we're gonna go ahead and take everything. We're gonna put it in the same track, and then we're gonna consolidate this, consolidate time selection, start, boom, there we go. And then we can cut off a lot of the stuff like that. Make sure it fades to exactly nothing. And then let's actually reconsolidate it. There we go. And this is going to be the final product. There's a little bit of extra. I'm wondering why. here. Let's reconsolidate. Leave remainder, cut remainder. There we go. There we go. Okay, and then let's go to files where we saved it. And actually, oh, do we even have this saved? Okay, we should probably save this as a project. Let's do SFX Live 21. Well, that works too. SFX Live 21. Where did I put that? There we go. Oh, crap. Whoops. And we should have audio here. Consolidated. I think it's this. Six. Consolidated track 2. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. Okay. And we can rename it to item collection. Control C, save it, and then we can go to here. Wow, we actually don't have a folder for sound effects, so let's add a new folder for SFX. And let's paste it in. There we go, and now we can save it to GitHub whenever we need to. So yeah, we got the item collection sound effect, which is this. There we go. Let's see, what else do we have to do? That was one of the things on the to-do that I had to do. Where did I put it? River waterfall bridge. We could actually implement it right now as well. Wrapper access for IDEF item functions. Yeah, I'll probably do that another time. But the fishing system, yeah, of course, that's the one I'm working on right now. Man, it just takes so much time, and I'll work on it another time. Maybe I'll work on it more after I'm finished with the implementing the sound effects. But yeah, we'll see. Okay. Yeah, and then I do have a couple songs I'm working on right now, actually. Let's see. Maybe I'll work on one of them. Let's see, what is it? No, this is not it. Yeah, this is different stuff. Okay, while that's loading, yeah. My whole PC is loading. Everything's loading. Yeah, no, this PC is cooked. Oh man. And yeah, I'll reopen this one once I'm working on it. But for now, yeah, let's just keep going on this. We don't need ChatGPT anymore. The stuff I'm gonna do is pretty simple anyways. Oh yeah, and actually, so I was testing the forests and stuff, trees and everything, so I was making sure. Oh, I think textures haven't loaded at the moment yet. There we go. So yeah, this is kind of how the game would look with the trees and stuff. So if I were to join the game, which it will take a bit of time to load in. This is also taking a bit of time to load in. Oh man. Oh, there we go. Okay, so yeah, this is the song that I've been working on. Yeah, here I'll just show from the beginning. Yeah, it's 36 tracks right now, but it's also a lot of the stuff is reused. This is also the song I throw on my outros on some of my videos. Not released yet, I will release it soon once I finish it. I wonder if... Yeah. Oh, it's lagging a little. Oops. No, it's lagging. It's lagging. Here, I will not play it from here. I'm just gonna play the file actually. Let's see. Yeah, the 125th song that I've worked on. Yeah, this one isn't gonna lag, so we can do it from here. Maybe I'll put it on loop for a bit. Yeah, so this is kind of the forest. Let's see. Yeah, so you can also chop down the trees. You can see some of the trees are floating. That's just because I was using a plugin to put down the trees, and so they're actually like not positioned correctly, a lot of them. But like if I were to go inside this forest, this is kind of how dark it would be inside like the thick of it. Yeah, you know, I'm in the thick of it. Okay. But yeah, so this is kind of like the trees. There might be like monsters scattered around, maybe like bandits hiding inside the trees and stuff like that. Yeah, you can see the city from there. This is also like not the only thing. There's not just gonna be trees scattered around the whole entire map, right? It's gonna be rocks, bushes, fruit trees, ores, monsters, whole lot of other stuff. Actually, if I go to my to-do, all this stuff is gonna be all around. It's like flower beds, ravines, fishing docks and stuff. All of the stuff I was modeling is over here. I think I showed those in a previous video. But yeah, and this is kind of how it looks. I don't know, it's a work in progress. It looks a lot. I think it's gonna look a lot better once it's finished, and it still doesn't look too bad, I would say, even with the trees that are kind of like floating a little bit. I like the birch trees though. The birch trees look pretty alright. See, if I come over here, this is like a birch forest. The trees are pretty tall, and so it's kind of like, and of course you can chop down any tree you want to. You chop it down, it will come back to life later on. So if I chop this tree, it automatically sets I think it's like around 2 to 3 minute timer, and then once that timer finishes, the tree will respawn. It's kind of just gonna fade back in. And so yeah, I'm probably gonna delete these forests later, and then I'm gonna add my own fully custom forests where there aren't like floating trees and stuff. This was just to gauge how it would look. And yeah, you can see a lot of these trees on the side of the mountains. They're kind of messed up a little bit. Like, trees usually don't grow on like an angle like that. I would assume, at least. Maybe they do. Who knows? But yeah. That's the forest. The trees are looking a bit tall too. I think that's fine actually. Maybe I can make them a little bit smaller. I think it's because on my brush tool, I set the scale to like up to 1.5 times bigger. So some of the trees are pretty big. But yeah, you can see like a scattered tree area around like this. It looks alright. I don't know. I think there's still a lot of stuff I gotta work on. During the sunrise is when it looks the best though, is what I'll say. I think I'll work on the lighting as well later on. But yeah, for now, that's that. That's right. We were working on the what was it? Sound effect system. So let's actually go ahead and pull up the replicated storage helper. It was probably sound effect functions. Where is it? I wonder if it's in the server script service. Sound effect functions. It is. Why is it in here? It should probably be in client. I wonder why it's in here. I should probably have this in client actually. And this is probably going to break a bunch of stuff. So I'm actually going to keep it here. But I'm going to add a to-do at the top. -- to do. Transfer to client. Because most sounds should be playing from the client only. I don't know why I put it in server skip service. I guess a lot of the sound effects were playing from server scripts, so that's probably why I did it like that. Alright, that's whatever though. So we're basically gonna have to... Actually, we could probably copy and paste it actually. So let's find sound functions right here. Copy. And then let's paste it over here. Sound functions in here, and then let's see. It's probably in the inventory system. Let's see. If we go to starter UI, screen UI, inventory UI, and we go to info. Actually, we go to info US script right here, and when we're adding, so when we're creating previews, no, not previews. Oh, this is the wrong one. Yeah, I think it's HUD actually, so we don't want this. Item notifier, it's this one. So when we're creating a card is when we would want to play the sound effect. And actually, we're going to have to upload it as well. So let's go ahead and do that as well. So if we go to Roblox Create, Creator Hub, and then we're going to go ahead and upload creations, development items. No, yeah, bunch of random items stuff. How do you upload again? Subscribe to Premium to unlock the ability to put 3D UGC on sale. I'm chilling, bro. I'm not trying to do UGC. Where was it? This is different stuff. Maybe it's here. These are a bunch of the projects I've been working on. Oh yeah, AOT test. Yeah, I was trying to make it AOT. That was like 5-6 years ago though. That was a long time ago. I kind of abandoned that stuff. That was just for fun too, anyways. Where is it? How do I add stuff? Avatar items? No, development items. These are all my items, yeah. All my models I've been working on. What? How do you add sound effects? Did I forget? I swear it was like this. Upload. Creations. Audio. There we go, it's here. Upload asset. SFX, item collection. Item collection. Yep, that works for inventory and stuff like that. There we go. Upload. And then we should be able to copy its asset ID, and then we should be able to use it from there. And so for now, let's go here. Let's import the sound function. So local sound f equals require reps. Actually, yeah, reps dot helper modules dot sound functions. So now that we got sound f, we can play sound f function. And actually, let's go to some functions. Sound. Okay, we should actually probably have more functions for this module. So function module dot play sound one shot. I feel like I've made something like this as well. I swear I've done this actually already. Okay, I think I did it in one of my projects for a different, what was it? Oh, not that. Experiences. Where was it? Oh man. Yeah, because I remember writing that same exact code. Where did I put it? Oh, it was this one. There we go. Yo, Zombie Slayer, it's me again. Hey, what's up? You're at school? Oh my gosh. How are you watching the stream? Oh my. Yeah, right now I'm just working on sound effects stuff, and so that's kind of what's up. Dang, you're at school. Nah, that's pretty crazy. But yeah. Dang, right now it's 12 for me, 12 p.m. So it's actually like straight up nighttime right now. So I guess you must be living in like Europe or something like that. Pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Yeah, one shot variate, one shot sound to play. let's see. We could probably play. Yeah, let's go ahead and come over here and sound f dot. I think I'm actually editing the wrong function. Whoops. So let's go ahead and delete that, and we're gonna go to replicated storage, go here, sound functions, and then we're gonna paste it here. And yeah, let's go ahead and get the one shot function. Go to item notifier sound f dot one shot, and then we're gonna create a actually local and we'll call this one the sound effect, or what did I call the sound effect actually? Whoops, let me reload real quick. It should pop up at the top. Oh, did I forget to upload it? Let me re-upload it real quick. Item collection. Sometimes it doesn't upload correctly, and you gotta re-upload it. Uploading. Okay, for now, item collection sfx, and then we can call it a sound. Equals new sound instance dot new sound, and then item collection sfx dot sound id equals, and then rbx asset id colon slash, and then we're gonna have to collect item collection sound effect. We can copy this one and then put it right here, and then we're gonna play it. So we're gonna do item collections sfx volume, and we can put it to 1. And now when we collect items, it should make a sound effect actually. We'll see. Hopefully this works. It should be as simple as that. Choppin'. I don't think it played the sound effect. Yeah, I didn't. So let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and copy this. We're gonna go to ChatGPT and figure out what's going on. And if I come over here, copy all this. What's wrong when I run from client? Parent equals workspace or sound service. Okay, we're gonna parent it to sound service actually. And then sound service would be up here. I'm in a class watching your stream. Don't put the volume up. Don't put the volume up. I'm not trying to have your whole class listen to me. But yeah, thanks for dropping by. Oh my. Yeah. Try not to get caught either. I don't want your phone to get taken away just because you're watching a stream. But yeah. No, that's funny. That's funny. Oh man. Yeah, that reminds me. I used to watch YouTube in my classes occasionally. That was probably not a good idea either, but that's something. There's always that. Sound service, let's see. So we got that. And then, let's see, what are we going to do here? Parent it to sound S. And now it should work, let's see. Da 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 da. And we're gonna chop down the tree real quick. Ah, still didn't make the sound effect. Okay, we're gonna have to fix that. Don't worry, the teacher does not hear. Alright, perfect. That's good, that's good. Sounds good to me. Alright. Nah, that's funny though, that's funny. Oh man. Working. Let's do this. If it doesn't play... Actually, yeah, let's try item collection play. Let's see if this works. Let's see if this works. Oh yeah, and so yeah, I'm just adding sound effects at the moment. That's kind of what I'm doing right now. Just for item collection. I'm trying to figure... Once I figure it out and get it to work, then it should be as simple as just that. Oh, there we go. We got the little sound effects to play. Well, even blocks fruits is that... No way, wow. Blocks fruits. Fishing. Are they actually adding fishing as well? Fishing will be available to all. Wow, that's funny. Dang. I guess everybody likes fishing. Fishing is what is up, I guess. That's funny. Alright, so yeah, the item collection sound effect is working. Maybe it doesn't sound the best though. I'm thinking if I should change the sound effect. Yeah, I'm probably gonna change the sound effect. That doesn't sound like a good, like an item collection sound. Maybe, yeah, I'll pitch it up a little bit and then I'll re-upload it and then we'll see how that works. But yeah, at least we know the sound effect plays. I think the problem is that it's actually, if I store it in replicated storage, actually, it should be automatically saved. So if I add a folder, sound effects, actually, let's rename it to SFX, and then we're gonna add another folder. Actually, no, let's add a sound. That way it's constantly loaded and it's not gonna take a long time to load. And let's call it item collection. And then we're gonna set its ID to... And the reason I'm doing this is so that it doesn't lag, basically. Because for the item collection, it seemed to have a little bit of delay when it was playing. But if it's constantly loaded, then it shouldn't have that problem. Let's set the sound ID right here. We might be able to actually turn up the playback speed as well. So if I set it to like 1.3, let's see how that sounds. Maybe 1.2. There we go, item collection sound effect. And then instead of doing it like this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get it from replicated storage. So actually, let's see how the one-shot function works. One-shot sound volume. Alright. When I tell my friends about you, they always want admin too. No, that's funny. Oh man. Yeah. The thing is, yeah, I probably shouldn't be giving admin out willy-nilly anymore. And so I think I've actually stopped. I'm not gonna be giving it to any more people. The people who I said I was gonna give it to are gonna end up with admin, but from now on it's just gonna be no more of that, you know. I just don't want like every player having crazy privileges or anything, because that would be kind of bad for the game. You know how it goes. But yeah, that's kind of what's up right now. But yeah, let's see. What am I doing here? Item reps dot sfx dot item collection. And then let's actually delete all this and let's see if this actually works. I wonder if this will work. Seems to be a little bit of lag. I think that means that's loading in the new items, the new sound effects. So let's try chopping down the tree. There we go. You can see we're getting that sound effect when we chop down the tree. It's a little bit less laggy. I don't know if you can notice, but it is a little bit less laggy. There we go. It is also a little bit loud too. I might turn down the volume on that. Maybe set it to like 0.2. 0.2. Let's try 0.2. And then with that, it should kind of just be a simple like little da da da. I think it's a bit snappy at the beginning. I'm gonna have to probably turn down the snappiness on the beginning. But yeah, I can fix that later on. Okay, yeah, I guess that's the sound effect though. It seems to be working. The one problem is that when you get a bunch of items at the same time, it should probably stack and it's gonna get super loud. So actually, let me test that. I think it will kind of be super loud, and I can test that pretty easily. If I come over here, wait for the game to load, and I move the spawn to over here, where all my testing stuff is. Right over here. And if I press that red button, it should be super loud. I believe it should be super loud. We'll see. There we go. So this is the normal item collection. Maybe it's not actually super loud. I think it's because it's playing the same sound effect. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, you can... Oh, we got a ton of ores now. Okay, yeah, I just realized there's one problem, and it's with the sound effect function. I don't actually think I want to be stopping the sound effect when it's finished. So what I mean by that is this part. I think I want to remove this. And that's just because the task.wait. Oh, actually, I should probably remove the task.spawn as well. Oh, too late. It's loading. And yeah, the task.spawn was just so that the task.wait wouldn't mess up the main thread, but at this point it doesn't matter. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna have to change the sound effect on the item collection, but for now it works, I guess. You can see, yeah, 600 mithril. This is more than anybody's ever gonna have. But yeah, we can set up the whole entire mithril tool set. Craft out the tool. That. Oh, it's actually not making a sound effect for items that don't have a... Let's see, am I putting it in the right position? Item notifier. Create card. Let's see. I think item added. I think I should move it from here and put it here. And we can actually remove the check here. And let's try this. And let's see how this goes. Let's see how this goes. Oh, it's not making sound anymore. It's because it's only for adding new items. Okay, that makes sense. So, basically what's the problem is that it should be running on every card update. So, let's see. Inventory update item. So we're actually gonna want to do it both from here and from there. There we go, kind of like this. And then from here, since it's also not waiting for the item to load before it plays the sound effect, it should have less of a lag as well. Because it's the first thing we're running. The sound effect is the first thing that plays before we do any code logic. And we'll see if this works. If it doesn't, then that's a shame. But hopefully it works. Okay. And now when we craft items, yep, it still makes a sound effect. Nice. That's what we're going for. And if we search mithril, oh, I still gotta fix that. So when we're typing in a box, it shouldn't open up the text chat. Yeah, we'll fix that later. So for now, actually, let's go. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that into my to-do list. And that would be in notes, game info, bugs. Oh, I already put it in here. Exit inventory should, or no, typing in search should not open chat. Specific characters. T. Tab. Okay. And that should be enough for me to figure out what's the problem. And then, yeah, we can fix that later on. But for now, yeah, let's see. We got the pickaxe. We can still mine, as you can see, chopping down the ores. Do all the good stuff. And now it makes a sound effect when we're getting items, so is the thing. So now I'm wondering, if it'd be better to just give the item instantly or have it wait. And I think it also is still a little bit too loud. I'll set it to 1.2. Let's try 1.2. Or 0.12. And if it's a bit too loud still, then I'll set it to 0.1, and then that should be good. But yeah, I also don't want it to be like a sound effect that's like overly loud, just because things like this, where it's like item collection, those sort of sound effects shouldn't take over the whole entire game. Like the whole entire game audio. Yeah, I think that's still a little bit too loud, just because it should be a background sound. Like every time you kill a monster, you don't want to hear this loud boom. So yeah, let's see. When you mine this ore, it should make the little sound effect. Yep. But yeah, I'm going to turn it down just a little bit as well. So let's set it to maybe 08, 0.08. 08. And then let's come over here. And then let's also set it to 0.08. And then with that, it should be a little bit quieter as well, and even more in the background. And if this is good, then I'll just keep it like this. Okay, let's see. So we mine the coal. Yeah, it's still got a little bit of a snap when it starts the sound effect. I'm gonna have to fix that. There we go. Yeah, okay, it seems to be working pretty well. Let's go ahead and rework the sound effect though, because it's still a little bit... Let me play it real quick, actually, see what's wrong with it. So I'm actually not hearing that clicking noise, so I'm wondering if it's because I pitched it up from here. So if I go to replicated storage, events... Oh, wrong project. If I go to replicated storage real quick, and I go to sound effects, and I go over here. I think it's because I pitched it, increase the play speed. Let me set it to 1. Why does it have that little clicking? Sorry for not talking. I'm in a subject. Bye. I'll watch you at break. No worries. Yeah, don't worry about it. Never feel like you gotta like comment on the stream. Of course, like, of course it's appreciated, but I'm just streaming just for fun, anyways, right? So, yep. I'll catch you later. Thanks for dropping by, though. Of course. Thanks for dropping by. Hope to see you later. Yes. That's how it be. But yeah. I'll just keep working on the project for now. Oof. Yeah, still hearing a little bit of a clicking noise. I'm wondering, maybe if I set this volume to 1. Is it because... I wonder why it's making that sound effect. Let's see. .0. Okay, I can hear the click on this though. So I'm thinking that if I go to this and I go to this, I'm gonna have to re-export it real quick. I think I might have added a little bit of a click to the beginning, and I just couldn't hear it from here because Windows, their audio playing software kind of ignores the beginning sometimes, which is kind of annoying. It's just pretty annoying actually, but that's alright. So what we can do here is we're gonna come here, import this, put it right here. Yeah, and now we can hear the clicking noise. And while we're at it, let's actually start adding a few more effects on it. Wing. We could actually make it pitch up, actually. That's probably what I'm going to do. Just because it doesn't make sense for it to go down. Whoops. And then, yeah, this is a custom background I made for fun. You can see. C4. That was an interesting... Okay, I'll reset it and then I'll create a animation clip. Why did it make the animation clip 10 miles long? Alright, that's fine. And then we'll pitch it up as it goes. wonder. Maybe I don't want to do that actually. Let's try. Yeah, let's try resetting that. And then let's route it to track real quick. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some effects on it. What sort of effect should I put on it? It's not sounding robotic enough, I don't think. It needs like some sort of like a robotic effect to it ish. Maybe vocal doubler might be able to help out. Nah, that just sounds like I'm adding multiple items at the same time. Let's see. Maybe OTT. That just makes it louder. Let me put on some compressor. No, I don't think, yeah, maybe not that. Sound, let's see. Let's try Sound Goodizer. Sound Goodizer sometimes works. I kind of like that. I like that. That versus not having it, which would sound like. Yeah, it just adds a bit more of a high tone. And actually, while we're at it, KHS Transient Shaper, add a little bit of. Oops. I can't even tell the difference. I don't even know what that one does. I think I was messing with the wrong one. KHS, frequency shifter. I wonder what this. That is not what I was trying to do. Whoops. Oh yeah, not compressor. Let's see. Fresh air. Let's try fresh air. Yeah, it's a little bit more high pitched now with the fresh air. I think I like that though. I think I'm going for something like that. We're gonna do a fruity limiter just as a compressor. Yeah, let's just go ahead and compress a little bit. Maybe. I think it probably shouldn't have all of these. It has some bass and stuff, which I think yes, somewhere here I see it. I'm hearing like a frequency that I don't like. I like this. I think this is a finished product. So let's go ahead like this. Time selection, start. Okay, there we go. Now that we've got that, let's go ahead and delete this one. Oh shoot, wait, no, we need that though. We need that. Actually no, since we consolidated it, we got this new version. So we can come over here, go to, where is it? SFX Live here. And then we should have it in audio. Is it this one? No, it's this one. Here, let me go ahead and export it actually. As a, let's say, MP wave. Just so it's the highest level. So this is going to be item collection. Start, save, boom. Pretty easy export just because, yeah, it's a super short sound effect. And I think I like this sound effect a lot more. So we're going to go ahead and go to SFX. We're going to paste it in. We're also going to upload it to Roblox real quick. So let's actually delete these ones. And then we're going to upload the newer version. And that way, we just don't really have to worry about a bunch of that random stuff. There we go. We can go ahead and copy this, and if we exit out of this, we come over here, we paste in the sound effect. It shouldn't have that little clicking noise. Oh, whoops, and we'll set this to 1. Okay, and now it should work. And I'm wondering if I kind of just realized, I think I might have set it on looped. If I did, that's a big whoopsie. I'm gonna have to fix that. We'll see. We'll see. Let's see. Oh, whoops. But I think I like that sound effect though. So, yeah, let's turn off looped. We can actually probably turn up the volume right here. Set it to 0.1. Just because it doesn't have that clicking noise anymore, so it's a lot less pronounced. We might even be able to set it to like 1.3. We will see though, we will see. All is just for one sound effect. But the thing is, once I add this one, this is one of the major sound effects. You're going to be hearing it constantly throughout the game. So if you mess this up, you're kind of messing up the whole entire game. I actually really like that. Let me try it with the axe. Let's pull up the axe. Let's come over to one of the weaker trees. Chop it down, see how it sounds. I like that. I actually really like that. Nice. I think we got the sound effect down. So now all we have to do is we have to add the chopping down sound effect and the mining sound effects, like little clank, like ding ding ding. So like for pickaxe, if I were to equip this, boom, and then we collect it. Bing, 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 bing. And what we can actually do is we could probably set up animation events, or we could just manually just play the sound effect in intervals, just for fun. And I wonder if it's a good idea to do that on stream. It might get copyrighted if I play the wrong sound effects, which is kind of unfortunate, but that's kind of how it goes. So I wonder if I can somehow make a sound, like a mining sound effect, just with the stuff that I have right now. Stone. Yeah, let's try free sound. I wonder if you can get copyrighted for going on here. And let's go ahead and search for breaking rock. Maybe not that. I might want to actually custom record something. Yeah, I might record my own sound effect. Yeah, these don't have the exact impact that I'm looking for, actually. I'm looking for more like a sort of. That sounded, yeah, maybe a bit too much on that one. That was a full song. These are chords, what? These aren't even rock sounds anymore. Okay, let's try searching up like stone. Let's see if that's... Oh, not what I was looking for though. Why does this sound so low quality is what I'm wondering. Because it's a WAV file too. It just sounds so low quality from here. Is that actually how it sounds? You can copy, distribute, even for commercial. Perfect. Let's go ahead and download it. And let's throw it into here. Oh, so it sounds way more high quality over here. I wonder if I pitch it down, it should... Yeah, it's not exactly what I'm looking for. It's just a bit too high pitch. Oh, this is it. This is it. Please tell me this is something I can use. Non-commercial, you're free to, as long as it... And you do not use it for... Oh my gosh, bro. This could have been so good. What a now. Let's see. You're back. Welcome back. Right now I'm looking for sound effects. I found a really good one though, but it costs money, so I'm not trying to use that. And so this is just for the mining system, so I can add some like breaking rock sound effect. But yeah, I'm not really finding too many good ones at the moment. Hello. I might be able to use this. I'm gonna save this one. What license is it actually? As long as you don't use it for commercial. Okay, I can't use that one. Yeah. This one's 0, 0. Not that one. That's not the sound effect I'm looking for either. Sorry, I'm friend typed. Oh, no, no worries, no worries. Yep, yep, yep. You're chilling. I might be able to transform this actually. Not exactly what I'm looking for. Oh, I think that's got a, yeah, it's got a license on it though. This one also has a license. Yeah, I'm probably honestly just gonna have to record my own stuff. Which, I'm fine with that. I'll just have to hit some rocks on each other and that should be good enough. Maybe I should get a mic for recording stuff like this. Yeah, if I get my own microphone, it'd make...
a stone
Dang. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll work on the mining sound effects later on, but for now, let's try downloading this one. Let's throw it into here. And then... Maybe not exactly what I'm looking for. Yeah, maybe tomorrow or the day after, I'm gonna go outside, maybe record some sound effects so I can throw them into FL. Put some effects on it and then throw it into my game. But yeah, for now, the item collection sound effect, I did finish that one though. I don't know if you're around to see it, but let's see, I can show you real quick. And then I'll probably have to end the stream around now because it's already almost 2 a.m. for me, which is not good. I have work pretty early in the morning tomorrow, so that's never good. But yeah, so basically the sound effect that I added is when I start mining, let's say I collect an item. You can see it's pretty it's like a little da-da-dang. How's the game going? It's going pretty good, it's going pretty good. I'm just, yeah, working on the mining sound effects, which is what I'm going to do later on. And then I don't know if you're around for this, but I was working on the fishing system earlier today, but I don't have the project open at the moment. But yeah, I'm going to make I do have a video that's almost finished that I'm going to upload maybe later this week once it's fully finished editing. But that's just to show off all the new tools that I've been working on, like all the models and everything. But yeah, the game's going pretty well, you can see I added a little bit of forest stuff over there, a bunch of trees. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on. There we have it. Lots of trees, lots of sunlight. Yeah, and if I get closer, it looks a little bit better as well. But yeah, there's gonna be like monsters around this and like in the forests. Again, that was my friend. No, it's good. Don't worry about it. Yeah. No. Don't worry. Yes, this is just the system though. The method. Yep. So you can see this is kind of how the forest will look. It's a little bit dark. But yeah, I think this is what I'm going for. This is kind of the sort of feeling that I'm going for. But yeah, I think I'm gonna probably leave the stream right here. Thank you so much for dropping by, of course. But yeah, that's the whole project. That's what I've been working on, I guess. Yeah, I'll probably end the stream right now. Thank you for dropping by. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, of course, as usual. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Alright. Okay. Bye-bye. 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 There we go. Let's go ahead and press it.